I had a bit of a penny drop moment yesterday, if there is such a thing. It was talking to a client and explaining how we go about the design process, and they were asking about, do we have predetermined floor plans they can look at? And they were quite clearly concerned about, if they embarked on the whole sort of design process with us, how they would be confident they were going to end up getting the house they wanted, so that I could see them envisaging a process where they're paying us money and our architectural design team to design them a house. They didn't want to get to the end of that process and find out they got a house that they didn't actually like. Well, of course, that would be a huge concern. And it made me realise the way a lot of people go about looking for the right person to work with to design their house is to look at lots of different architectural practices until they find a practice that's got a practice style, if you like, that is one that they like. It fits in with the sort of ideas they've got for their house. And then they might start to work with that practice with a degree of confidence that the style that the practice produce is in line with the sort of thing they're looking for. So why wouldn't they be able to produce something that they were after, a house design they were satisfied with at the end of it? And I thought, well, of course, it's very different with us, because we intentionally set out when we started our business to make sure that we don't really have a practice style. And that's because what we really want to be doing is listening to what clients want, helping them develop an understanding of what's possible, making sure we fully understand the site, the client's brief, the client's budget. So every house is going to be different, whether it be very contemporary, it could be very traditional, large and small. There are too many variables that affect the eventual design of the house. And what one does see actually is quite a lot of architectural practices who clearly have that practice style. And it does make me wonder to what extent their clients are really getting what they want, and to what extent that practice is imposing its style on those clients. So something we're at great pains to do here is to help our design team really understand the importance of properly listening to what a client wants, putting all our egos to one side. Of course, we've got to bring our expertise to the party. That's what people are paying us for. But we really need to put a lot of things to one side and focus on what the client's looking for, guide and advise them, not impose our views on them. We have to be really quite careful here, because people can look at our portfolio, might not see something that's close enough to what they're looking for, and then disappear. And we really need to be able to convey to them what our whole design process is about, because it is much more about that developing a brief. It's not a one size fits all, helping the client be really involved in that design process. And for sure, we're the architectural designers here, and our architects and our architectural technicians and so on got a whole lot of expertise to bring to the party. But when a client's determining whether or not they can work with us, they really need to be confident that that design process is going to give them what they want. So I spent quite some time talking to this person on the phone about how that process helps develop the brief with them, but really properly listening to them. And then we actually go through with them, with the client there and then in the room, what we call a spatial arrangements exercise, where we're marking up. We use plastic circles actually, and we mark up those plastic circles with the rooms and spaces that the client's looking for. And then with them, we start to arrange those spaces and rooms in a way that they feel is going to work for them and for their lifestyle and how they're going to live in the future. So we might spend 3/4 of an hour just on that one exercise, just arranging and rearranging those circles and spaces, how they relate to the outside, how they relate to each other, so that they've got some confidence that the room layouts are going to work. Now from that, the form, if you like, the shape of the building really starts to evolve. And then we might go away and we'll do a first iteration of the design, and then we'll speak to the client again, show them where we're heading with it, get them involved again, And so we go through a number of iterations with the client closely involved at each one. We actually, because we work over a very wide geographical area as well, we quite often use Skype because it means we can very easily share our ideas with the client. Nobody's got to travel. We can say, hey, can we have 15 minutes on the phone? I just want to talk you through some thoughts I've had and show them where the design's going. We can share our screen with them. So we can use a 3D model to show them what we're proposing to do. So they're really closely involved in that design process. And of course that means that they don't start off with us having a blank sheet of paper and coming back several weeks later, them having paid us some money, and we present them a design and very much a fait accompli. That's absolutely not the way we work. It's a much more involving and inclusive process. But it really does rely on the client getting a good understanding of that process and having confidence in it before they feel they can really embark on it.